Hey, everybody, it's Lauren Delisa Coleman, your host for the Inside series right here at film.io, still going strong during the Venice Film Festival. And I am ready to introduce our next filmmaker and an actress from the film and the cinematographer. But we are going to get started first with the director, who I am so excited to have with us. Momi Yamashita, thank you so much for joining us here at film.io, virtually there in Venice. Your film is called, and let me just make sure I'm pronouncing it properly in Japanese, Kanoyama. And it translates to The Last Day. So could you give us a synopsis and please say it beautifully in Japanese, which I couldn't.
Okay. The title is Kanoyama. And the English title is The Last Day because there's no word to describe what Kanoyama is. So it means different. It totally means different. And the synopsis is about this married couple breaking up, and the husband asks wife out for a walk, and they just come back, and that's all. I guess I don't know. It's really difficult to explain, but yeah, really, nothing really happens in this film. It's just their last day, their normal day. They try to spend their time happily and say goodbye happily, but they have all this mixed emotion inside.
I think you're so humble, Mommy, because a lot does happen in this film, and it's a lot of emotion, as you could probably imagine, right, when you're spending a last day with somebody. And I've just found this so interesting because we typically are shown maybe the anger in divorce or the hurt of divorce, but your particular film, and it is a short film, so it's never easy to tell, a story, especially like that. And I think it's 19 minutes. You kind of chose a very specific part of kind of the divorce journey, if you will, and from a particular couple's point of view, which is maybe not always very common, right? Especially if there's a lot of animosity. So I was wondering, as I'm watching this, how did this kind of come to you? Is there any personal experience, or through friends, or what made you select this particular kind of moment within that kind of, I guess, relationship path that so many have had to walk?
Well, thank you for asking that question. Actually, I came up with this story during the quarantine, and I was spending with my husband and my kids, and I was really tired of spending with my family, like stuck in one place, and like I wanted to get out. And we were trying not to fight with each other, like even with the kids and with my husband. And I was start thinking if I could spend my whole life with my husband, I guess. I didn't want to break up with him.
Very honest. That's so honest. I totally respect you for that. Yes.
Yeah, I've tried to be happy together, but it was really, really hard, and I didn't want to fight with him, and I kind of imagined how my life would be without my husband and breaking up, and I thought about during the quarantine, it's very unnatural to be in that situation. It's very unnatural, and I know there's nobody's fault to be in that situation. So I didn't want to blame on my husband for being being how I want him to be. I wonder if that makes sense. But
no, I
had to express my discomfort with him, I guess. But I imagine if I'm gonna break up with him, I wanted to show my respect, my time with him. I didn't want to throw away my love that I had, I thought, I wanted to reflect that feeling to the wife, the character of the wife. And I think I imagine they still love each other, but they figure out that they can't be together forever, is what I thought. And I think there's love, that you really love each other, but you can't be with that person. I think there's some love, a relationship like that, and I kind of wanted to that experiment, how that feeling is like loving someone, but you know that you can't be with that person, and like trying to be separate and like accept the time that they had fight, or accept the time that they loved each other, things like that. I don't know. Am I explaining it right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that it's challenging to explain that, because it's challenging to maybe even feel it and express it to oneself. I don't think that we have a lot of discussion about this, in any culture, just like we don't maybe about death or something, right? And the death of a relationship or other loved ones. So this is, I think, part of many different like kind of voices and topics that are coming to the forefront as a result of the pandemic. So I just think it was like, just very cool that you decided to explore this and through creativity, and hopefully you and your husband are still together.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
You were able to express this through film rather than, actually carrying it out. I find this so interesting because your background is actually in television documentary. So, what's kind of the biggest difference between doing that or shooting, for television as opposed to shorts? This isn't your first time, at Venice, right? So you're obviously doing it very well. What I guess has kind of made you decide to kind of, I guess, dabble in both, or not really dabble, work very well in both mediums, and what's kind of the thing, I guess, the major element that you bring from television documentary into your shorts, like the major expertise that you might like leverage to shoot your short films?
I actually have made drama before, like just for learning how to direct, but like I've been making documentary. I have been making documentary for past few years before Kanoyama, and I was really struggling with how the editing kind of makes this person in a different person. Like, I edit away the things that's not necessary for the story. And I always feel bad because I know those moments that's being edited is very important for that person. And
all documentary filmmakers say the same thing. You can't bring in everything, but you want to, because it's part of, whoever story you're telling.
Yeah. Like it's their life, but it's edited because it doesn't get along with this the story. So I talked to the actors that I want to throw everything in, and I want them to live their life without being like, and at the same time, like when I make drama, I ask the actor to be in a certain way, to have this certain feeling, so the story would go through. And I didn't want that to happen. Like I want them to feel the way they feel, I guess.
It's more complete than with the documentary. You always feel like a little bit of the story is always left kind of on the cutting room floor, as they say.
Right.
But
right.
in your shorts, it sounds like you're able to experience like the fullness of what you would like to see in the documentary, because you can control what the character is saying or going through. So it sounds a little more fulfilling.
Yeah.
In a different way, right? I would assume documentaries are fulfilling as well, that you get to tell a live person's, story, and that's key too. So thank you so much for that. What's going on, for you at Venice? How has it been? Are you taking, meetings? Are you seeing more films? Are you networking, combination? What has it been like for you there at Venice 2021?
I've been watching a lot of movies and learning the way of directing, I guess. Like there's so many kinds of directing schemes, I guess, and I'm like learning what I want to do for the next project. And at the same time, I'm meeting a lot of new people, and they have like completely different aspect of way of filming from a lot of Japanese way of filming, I guess. So I'm learning a lot of different aspects of filmmaking, I guess.
That's very cool. But you went to school here in the U.S.
I went to school in America. I studied biology there, so it's like, I don't know, it's not really connected with what I'm doing right now.
No, it's actually quite different. That's what I wanted to, ask you about, because I just thought that was, fascinating. Although you're studying, like, I guess, people, but just from a different point of view, right? Maybe not biological,
exactly.
but maybe more psychological.
Yes.
Still study. Great. Well, Momi, I know that you want us to speak to a couple of other, as we mentioned, a couple of other of your filmmaking team members there. So I want to make sure we get them in. So I want to just thank you so much.
Thank you very much
for taking out the time. Hi, Moho. Thank you for joining us here at Film.io. You are the actress in Kanoyama, and I'm so just thrilled to have you here. I know that we are going to have Momi, your director, kind of translate and direct this interview a little bit. Tell me a little bit about the preparing for this role. It's very emotional, so I would assume it's very challenging. How did you get into character for this particular role of this soon-to-be divorced woman?
She uses her imagination and also her experience that she's been through, and that's how she made her the character.
What was maybe the hardest thing for you to achieve with this role, Moho?
Because the role doesn't have a lot of talking, there weren't a lot of talking in the script, so she has to express what she is feeling behind her instead of relying to the words.
It's so difficult. It was so difficult.
Kind of like I would assume when someone has to express through dance or anything else without words or dialogue. This is taking a very special type of talent. Well, how have you found it being an actress at the Venice Film Festival? How do you like it? And is this your first time, or have you been at the festival before?
It's her first time to be in a film festival abroad. We weren't planning on having our film shown in a film festival like this, like in Venice Festival. We were just trying to make the film instead of just going to the film festival. She was so surprised to be here, and she thought it was kind of awkward to be here. But as she's watching a lot of movies from different countries, different values, she's very happy to get in touch of all different kinds of films.
That's so great, Moho. I hope that you enjoy your time there and that it is very beneficial for your career, and that you just have fun as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Okay. So Yumi, thanks so much for joining us now. So you are the cinematographer behind the film, The Last Day. It's shot in a very kind of warm, almost ethereal kind of way. It looks so, I don't know how to even really describe it. Very, it's over the mountains, you can see, and all of this. How did you come to work with Momi on this in terms of being her DP?
Okay. First of all, thank you for watching our film. How we met each other is a little bit funny because so my sister and my sister's kids and her kids went to same nursery, and they were friends before I met her. And my sister introduced me that she has a friend who directing film, and we met last year, and we get on really, really well, and we just decide let's make film together. And
that's great.
That is Kanoyama.
Yes. So tell me a little bit about how you decided to really be able to capture, because they're out in nature a lot, talking, exchanging more emotions than anything else. What kind of challenges did that pose to you as, a DP?
First of all, this film is like 100% independent film from Momi's fund. She found her money to make film. So to respect her decision to do it in that way, I try to achieve everything what she wants for this film. And because this film is independent, we can challenge something I can't do when I'm working for like normal feature film. So every time we decide how we shoot our sequence, I try not to decide everything automatically, like everything as I do normally for feature film. I try to doubt my decision all the time. Is it really fit with this film or not? And try not to afraid to challenge something new.
That's just so great. So I know that Moho, the lead actress in the film, said that you had never imagined being selected to come to Venice. What do you think about that?
It was really exciting. As I told you, this project is really, really small, and we didn't put a lot of money on it, but now our film is on the same level as the future film, which spent a lot of money, and we are really happy that people recognize our film as same quality as those films.
So what do you think about it there? Have you been, hanging out a lot, taking meetings, going to parties? Tell us all the happenings at Venice.
I think it was much normal than I thought, because now it's COVID situation I thought it's more serious, but it's really kind of relaxed. People enjoy watching film, and there are so many really challenging film which really inspires me, and I really enjoy it.
I'm just so glad that you guys could come there, and I hope you don't have too much jet lag coming from Japan to Italy. It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
But really, congratulations, and thank you so much for taking the time, and enjoy the rest of the festival.
Yeah, thank you.